All right, so let's dive into these like primitive construction videos that are all over YouTube. You know the ones I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Someone building like a hut or a forge or
Mm.
even like a whole water wheel using just basic tools
Mm.
and techniques.
Yeah.
Some of these videos have like 500 million views.
It's crazy.
500 million.
I know.
I've definitely gotten lost down a rabbit hole or two
Oh, yeah, me too.
watching these things. But it really makes you wonder, like, how much of this is actually real?
Yeah, for sure.
So today we're doing a deep dive into this whole world of primitive construction on YouTube.
Okay.
And trust me, it's not as simple as it looks. We've got articles, firsthand accounts, even some like takedown videos.
Wow, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
It's a genre that has just exploded in the past few years.
Yeah.
And I think it really taps into this, like, desire we have for self-sufficiency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a simpler time, maybe
Marker.
even a little escapism from our, like, hyper-connected world.
Totally. And one name that always comes up is John Plant,
Oh, yeah, of course.
the guy behind the Primitive Technology channel.
Yeah.
His videos are almost hypnotic,
Yeah.
you know? No talking, just the sounds of like nature and him working.
It's funny because that, like, silent approach was kind of an accident.
Really?
He wasn't trying to make a stylistic statement or anything,
Wow.
but it ended up becoming his signature.
Huh.
And it works.
Yeah.
Like, you're just totally immersed in the process.
Yeah, and that process is what makes primitive technology so compelling.
Right.
He shows you every single step from making his tools to gathering materials to the final build.
Yeah.
Like I was reading about this one video where he spends days
Wow.
sharpening an axe head from a chunk of rock,
Really?
starting with another rock days.
Jeez, that's dedication.
It's insane.
Oh, man.
And what's fascinating is he doesn't just show you what he's doing.
Right.
He explains it too.
Yeah.
Each video has these like detailed descriptions of the techniques and materials he's using. And you can tell he really knows what he's talking about. There are even stories about people who like know John personally
No way.
popping up in the comments,
Right.
vouching for his authenticity.
Wow.
Like, yep, that's John. He really lives like this out in the bush.
That's awesome.
It just adds another layer of credibility
For sure.
to his work.
That credibility is so important because, you know, as the genre got more popular,
Yeah.
we saw all these other channels
Oh, yeah.
trying to ride that wave,
Totally.
but not all of them were playing by the same rules.
Okay, so here's where it gets interesting.
Right, yeah.
Some of these other channels,
Okay.
while visually stunning they were,
Uh-huh.
started incorporating these elements that just felt off.
Like what?
Like those unrealistically blue pools of water
Oh, yeah.
or structures that seem impossible to build with just primitive tools.
Yeah, like, wait a minute.
Right.
Is this a survival show or a fantasy film?
Seriously.
Right.
And the editing, oh man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
editing, so many jump cuts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Conveniently skipping over the most difficult parts
Totally.
of the construction.
Right. It's like they're trying to hide something.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Which, as it turns out, they often were.
Yeah. Our sources reveal that some of these channels
Mhm.
were using heavy machinery
No.
and entire construction crews behind the scenes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Talk about undermining the whole primitive premise.
I know. It's like finding out your favorite band is lip syncing on stage.
Ugh, total letdown.
Right.
And thankfully, some of these fakers got caught.
Oh, God.
There were cases where, like, machinery accidentally appeared in the background.
No.
Or workers were visible in shots. Well,
It's-
it's like a game of Where's Waldo, but for construction equipment.
I love that. Where's Waldo Construction Edition?
Right.
It's great.
But seriously, the fact that these channels were going to such lengths to, like, deceive viewers
Yeah.
is wild.
I know. It's crazy.
But one source really blew my mind.
Okay. What is it?
An account from a guy claiming to have worked as a cameraman
What?
for one of these fake channels.
No way.
He spills the tea on everything.
Oh, tell me everything.
Huge construction crews, elaborate sets designed to look primitive,
Yeah.
even special effects to make things look more authentic.
Oh, my gosh.
It makes you wonder, right? What's the motivation here?
Yeah.
Is it just the allure of internet fame and fortune, or is there something else going on?
Well, I mean, the money is definitely a factor.
Sure.
Popular YouTube channels can generate some serious revenue
Yeah,
through ads and sponsorships.
right.
But I think there's also this element of, like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to one-up each other,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, to create the most visually impressive content, even if it means sacrificing authenticity.
Right. Which brings us back to John Plant.
Yeah.
Because the contrast between his work and these fake channels is so stark.
It is. It's like night and day.
Yeah.
Take fire starting, for example. In primitive technology, you see this like meticulous, painstaking process of creating friction to generate a spark.
Yeah.
It takes time, skill, patience.
Right.
But in a lot of these fake videos, fire just like appears.
Yeah, it's like magic.
Poof. Instant flames.
Right.
It's jarring.
Yeah.
And it really raises questions about the impact of this fakery on viewers. Right?
Yeah.
If we can't trust what we see in these like seemingly straightforward videos, what does that say about our ability to discern truth from fiction in the broader online world?
That's a good point. It's like this whole situation opens up this Pandora's box of questions.
It does.
About authenticity, misinformation, and like the responsibility we all have as consumers of online content.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, how many other things are we being fooled by?
Right.
How do we even begin to separate the real from the fake?
Yeah.
In a world where anything can be edited and manipulated
Totally.
and presented as truth.
Well, I guess that's what we're here to try to figure out.
I think so.
Stay tuned, because we're just getting started on this deep dive.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, it is unsettling.
Right. Like, part of me kind of gets it, though, The pressure to get those views, go viral,
Right.
stand out from everyone else.
It's a tough world out there.
Yeah, but at what cost?
It's a tricky balance, for sure.
Yeah.
This whole thing really shows the tension between, the creator economy and genuine craftsmanship.
Right.
It's almost like there are two different games being played.
Totally.
Yeah.
On one hand, you have people like John Plant,
Right.
patiently honing their skills, sharing their knowledge,
Yeah.
building a community around like real learning.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, it's this race to the bottom.
Yeah.
Where it's all about the visuals, and shock value, even if it means like cutting corners and deceiving viewers.
And it's not just about individual creators either.
Right.
We got to think about the platforms too. Like the algorithms, they prioritize content that gets clicks and engagement.
Right.
Which can reward like sensationalism.
Yeah.
And fakery.
So true. It's like we're all caught in this system.
We are.
That incentivizes the wrong things.
Yeah, and it brings us back to like the core issue.
Okay.
How do we as viewers navigate this?
Yeah.
How do we become more discerning, especially with something like this?
Yeah.
That's so visually appealing and potentially misleading.
That's the million-dollar question.
Exactly.
It's like we want to be entertained. We want to learn.
Right.
We want to believe in these amazing things people can do. But we also don't want to be fooled.
Exactly. And the good news is there are things we can do.
Okay, good.
It starts with, cultivating a healthy sense of skepticism.
Okay.
Not in a cynical way,
Right.
but in a way that encourages us to ask questions and dig a little deeper.
I like that skepticism, but with an open mind.
Yeah.
So what kind of questions should we be asking?
Well, first think about the source.
Okay.
Who made this video? What's their background? Do they have a reputation for authenticity?
Right.
A quick Google search can be really helpful.
Totally. Like, do they have a website?
Yeah.
Are they connected to any, like, legit organizations? Are they cited incredible sources?
Those are all good questions.
Okay.
And then look for evidence. Does the video actually support its claims? Are there any inconsistencies? Things that just don't add up.
Oh, I'm starting to see a pattern here.
What's with that?
It's all about being a little more detective-like.
Yes.
Right.
Be a detective.
Looking for clues.
Yes.
Cross-referencing information.
Exactly.
Not just taking things at face value.
You got it.
Don't be afraid to check the comments section.
Oh, the comment section can be gold.
Right.
Sometimes.
Sometimes other viewers will point out inconsistencies or raise questions.
For sure. You'll even find experts weighing in.
Oh, that's
with their own analysis.
I feel like we need a theme song for this.
Okay.
Something like Skeptics in the Wild.
I love it.
All right, maybe not. But this is really helpful.
Yeah.
It's like a toolkit for navigating the online world.
It is.
It is. And sometimes the best way to verify something is to...
Yeah. Try it yourself.
Yeah.
Like John Plant said, get out there and experiment.
I love that. So if we see a video of someone building a fire with sticks,
Yeah.
maybe we should actually give it a shot
Right.
before assuming it's easy.
Exactly. Put those skills to the test.
I'm ready.
You might surprise yourself.
Yeah.
And you might even learn something new.
Okay, I am so ready to build a fire, but realistically,
Yeah.
not everyone has the time or resources to fact-check everything they see online.
Right.
So are there any other shortcuts or red flags we should look out for?
Well, one big red flag is excessive editing.
Okay.
Like if a video is full of jump cuts,
Yeah.
especially during crucial parts of the construction process, that's a sign that something might be fishy.
Makes sense. If they're skipping over the hard parts, they probably didn't do it.
Exactly.
Another thing to watch out for is unrealistic visuals.
Oh, yeah.
Like if the colors are too vibrant, the water's too blue,
Right.
the structures are too perfect.
Yeah, it could be a sign of digital enhancement.
Like filter overload.
Kinda.
I'm definitely guilty of that on my Instagram.
We all are.
But I guess it's different when you're trying to pass something off as authentic.
It is. And if something seems too good to be true,
Yeah.
it probably is.
Right.
I think it's healthy to approach things with a little bit of cautious optimism.
Cautious optimism. I like that. It's like a mantra for the digital age.
It is.
Okay, so let's recap.
Okay.
Be skeptical, but open-minded.
Yes.
Do your research. Look for evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
not everything you see online is what it seems.
Well said. And remember, this isn't just about primitive construction videos. These critical thinking skills apply to everything.
Yeah.
From news articles to social media posts,
Totally.
even those life hack videos.
Oh, yeah. The ones that always go wrong.
Exactly.
Key true.
We live in a world where information is bombarding us from every direction.
We do.
Being able to figure out what's real is more important now than ever.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like we almost need to develop a whole new set of instincts.
I think we are.
Really?
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Okay, good.
We're getting there.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed, though, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do we even keep up with all this information,
Yeah.
let alone figure out what's real and what's fake?
Well, I think it's important to remember we don't have to do it all alone.
Oh, I like that. What do you mean?
Well, it's a community, you know,
Okay.
sharing information, calling out the BS,
Uh-huh.
supporting creators who are doing things the right way.
Yeah, are there, like, resources out there that can help us with all this?
There are tons.
Really?
Yeah, like fact-checking websites,
Okay.
like Snopes and PolitiFact.
Oh, yeah.
These organizations are dedicated to debunking misinformation
That's awesome.
and promoting media literacy.
Yeah, those are great. I use those all the time.
Good.
Oh, wow.
And then there are online communities dedicated to specific topics,
Okay.
like primitive technology.
Yeah, those are great. You can find like forums and Facebook groups where people share tips and techniques
Right.
and even call out fake videos.
Exactly. It's like a collective effort to like uphold the integrity of
Yeah,
the craft, which is really cool to see.
it is. It shows that people still care about, authenticity, learning real skills,
Yeah.
connecting with something bigger than just the latest viral trend.
And I think that's what sets channels like John Plants apart.
Totally. He's not just building structures.
Right.
He's building a community of
Yeah.
like-minded people who are passionate about learning and sharing knowledge.
And that's something that can't be faked,
Yep.
no matter how much money or technology you throw at it.
It's like you can try to copy the visuals,
Yeah.
but you can't copy the heart and soul.
Right. You can't fake that passion.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And I think that's something important to remember, not just for primitive technology, but like for everything.
Yeah, totally. Whether we're scrolling through social media, watching videos, or just talking to friends and family,
Right.
it's important to be mindful of the information we're taking in.
And putting out there.
Yeah, because ultimately we have a responsibility,
Yeah.
to ourselves and to each other to promote truth and authenticity.
Especially in a world that feels increasingly artificial.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah, me too.
It's been great diving deep into this with you.
Likewise.
Thanks to everyone for listening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Remember, stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep those critical thinking skills sharp.
Absolutely.
Until next time, happy building, everyone.
See you later.